Just waiting for it to go up. So yeah, so today we're going to be diving into some interesting stuff. So I want to start off by showing you guys how I turned basically 10K to 100K with doing this exact method. Let me just mute that. All right. There we go. Yeah, accidentally, let's see here. All right, almost there, guys. All right, we're live. We are live. All right, here we go. Yeah, so I turned 10K, about 10K, I think it was like 16K or something like that, to like 120 grand. It was very interesting. This is actually what started my career. And doing this was like, I got this early on, like really early on. I have the transactions, everything. I want to show you guys. I'm going to start there. So welcome, everybody. YouTube, Instagram. We're in a Zoom call here, answering some questions for a little bit. We're going to be diving into blockchain investigation. It's the #1 hot topic, in my personal opinion. I believe that this is going to be like the area I want to dive into. I know a lot of people dive into technical analysis, things like that. Personally, this is way more valuable in crypto. I was doing an interview with somebody earlier, and basically, this was the best explanation I can give. When you're playing those games, right, like World of Warcraft or RuneScape, there's like a pure mage or like a pure like swordsman. Long story short is you're building the skill set, only one skill set, right? Like if you're a pure mage, you're only hitting mage. So what I provide on my YouTube and everything I do is pure crypto. It's like pure, like this strategy was made in crypto. There's no bias. There's no, oh, this technical indicator from here. There's no like, oh, the liquidity strategy from Forex. It's straight up crypto OG. I've learned all my finance from crypto, everything for the past 8 years. Now, the beauty of that is it gives you a very straightforward, streamlined process, right? It gives you the answer. And I believe that I genuinely believe that it gets the most results, #1. And #2, you can't take it to other industries. It's OG. This is how it goes. So I believe blockchain investigation is that place where we should explore. Why? Because blockchain investigation is truly what people are doing. A lot of times you might have a friend, for example, that talks and he's like, oh, I'm your homeboy, I'm your friend. But then he's stabbing you in the back. He's robbing you low key and doing stupid stuff, right? Is he actually your friend? No, he says he's your friend. He's verbally saying it. But the actual action is what truly identifies what's going on, right? It's the same thing for promotions of crypto. They're talking like this is the greatest coin ever, but low key on the back end, they're getting paid. They're getting paid for promotions, right? And they have a bad, it's not going to set you up for success. I don't listen to what people say. I stopped doing that a long time ago. I watch what people do. And the beauty of blockchain technology is that you have the access to watch what people do. You can see everything. That is the point of blockchain technology. It's completely open, transparent, and public. That means that everybody can go through every transaction ever recorded in the history of ever. So if you're a criminal, the stupidest thing you could do is buy your drugs on the blockchain. It's dumb. That's the purpose. Anyone can look it up. So here, we're going to watch people's actions. We're going to look at what people do, and we're going to identify the people that have the highest credibility. What identifies credibility? People that make money in crypto and that have a lot of money in crypto. That's the credibility. So if you're watching this stream, wherever you are, take notes because it's going to be very interesting. And I'm going to provide data that nobody else has, as well as an educational experience. I'm gonna walk you through all the tools I use. And I'm also gonna show you how I turned $10,000 roughly, I don't know the exact number, into like 120 grand in 3 days following this exact method. So I want to show you that first because you guys are not believing me. I see it in your face. So as you can see right here, here's a transaction from my public wallet. And you can see that I purchased Shiba Inu. Transaction action, I took 3 ETH and I purchased Shiba Inu. The bottom right here says for a value of 10,000. Oh, you guys are not seeing my screen. Hold up. Oh, there's my screen. I got a button now. The button works. As you can see right there, I have a transaction again. Let's look at the date. This is May 7th, 2021. Watch this. Oh, by the way, you guys can investigate me too. You can find my public address and go for it. Have fun, right? So this is May, let's look at the exact date again. Right here, May 7th, 2021. That's right about May is like right, May 7th, like right here. Literally at the pop. Let's zoom in a little bit more. So you guys are probably like, oh, I don't believe this guy. Right here. This is May 6th, right here, guys. That's May 6th. That's when I purchased 3 Ethereum worth of Shiba Inu. Right? This is what I sold. The same Ethereum right here for 107,000. There's the numbers. There's the exact numbers. For $107,000. That's 3 days time. Does it show the time date? I don't think it has a date here. Oh yeah, right here. Or I lied. 1 day's time in 24 hours. That's 24 hours right there. Now, the way I did it, I want to tell you the story so you guys understand what's going on. I basically just developed this strategy out of thin air. We were going through a big bull cycle. There was a lot of altcoins taking off, and I just went deep in research. So I started researching everything extremely deep. And I started like just playing with stuff, like just kind of picking stuff, investigating here, investigating. And I started seeing that a lot of the big wallets had Shiba Inu, like for some reason. And at the time, believe it or not, I thought meme coins were a scam. I thought meme coins were a straight up scam. It was like bad. And I was just looking around and I saw, wow, like this guy's worth $50 million and he has Shiba Inu. Wait, hold on. This guy's worth $500 million and he has Shiba Inu. This guy's worth $20 million. And I kept seeing it over and over and over and over and over. And I'm like, okay. At the time I had like, I don't remember. It was like maybe 1.3, $1.5 million liquid in crypto. So I'm just like, I'm going to fork in $10,000. I'm just going to throw $10,000 because to me, that wasn't a lot of money at the time. And I just threw it in there. And then, yeah, it popped off like the next day, right? As you guys could see from the transactions and stuff like that. And then I went on a cryptocurrency binge. And I was just binging, just buying meme coins, selling meme coins. And I started like going crazy with it. I think I lost a little bit of money at the end of the day after that initial trade. And what pisses me off even worse is I bought here. If I would have held, I could have gotten out over here. I mean, I did get out at this top here, or not even the top, but like the middle. But if I would have held, like that's crazy, right? It's really crazy. But yeah, Vitalik. So how Shiba Inu worked at that time? Oh, sorry, you guys are not. I got to get the screen share right. So we could have showed out over here. I could have sold here. I could have sold over here, but I didn't. I sold like right here. So what happened at the top of the spike was Vitalik Buterin donated all the Shiba Inu to the COVID relief fund. And a guy that's connected to the COVID relief fund is connected to, what is that coin called? Matic, Polygon Matic. So basically Vitalik gave a whole, and this is where I went into the layer 2 conspiracy. This is where the layer 2 conspiracy started for me, was Vitalik Buterin got gifted a whole bunch of Shiba Inu in the billions of dollars, like billions, right? That was part of the Shiba Inu launch, was that when they launched, they gifted him a whole bunch. I think it was half the supply. I could be wrong about that though. He got gifted, and then COVID hit, and then they were trying to like do something great with crypto, and he sent like all of the money as a donation to the COVID relief fund. And the person that was running that fund was Polygon Matic, the guy that ran Matic. which at the time, layer twos weren't a big thing. And so I'm like, oh, layer twos are the answer, guys. And then that's where I went down that, because he was signaling. He gave the money to the dude so he could build the layer two. Come on. That's what he did, right? That's what he did. Probably. Can't prove it, but probably. There's a common phrase in investing and as well as investigative research, where we say, if it quacks like a duck, if it walks like a duck, and it looks like a duck, it's a duck, right? So like in that situation, it was just a huge signal for layer twos. So that shows like it's possible. First off, that shows it's possible. Now the question is, how do you do it? It got more complex over time because people started realizing that it's a thing and that you could actually like navigate. And then there were softwares that were being built, and then it kind of got more mainstream. So it got pretty good, like when it came to software, but it also got pretty hard when it came to people trying to hide their wallets. Hopefully that makes sense. Like people trying to hide their wallets, it became like pretty crazy actually. So they have things like proxies, they have things like flash bots. And to be honest, like I'm not perfect at this, but I'm going to give you guys in this video right here, I'm going to give you 5 investigation tools that I use. And I'm also going to be giving you guys 5 methods that I use currently right now. And then what's going to happen is in the CoinPix groups, I'm going to elaborate immensely on the 5 methods. And I'm going to go back and forth with the group and just find more and more things. Also, for CoinPix groups only, I have this, Mark, are you still with me? I want you to post that
right here.
form. So there's a form. And as we go through our research, post it in both groups, please, in Army and Inner Circle, and pin it, please.
The whale form.
Yeah, the whale form. So in this whale form,
You got it.
we're going to be identifying as a group together because we have hundreds of people here. We might as well all combine our brains and figure it out. And we're all going to find whale wallets and wallets with credibility and save their public addresses. And we're all going to, I'm just going to list it out, and I'm going to give access to everybody in CoinPix. And then we're going to find ways to track those wallets. So today we're going to be talking about how to track down the whales. Now, to make decisions from the whales it's going to come in the future. So if you're online, subscribe to the channel. If you're in CoinPix, make sure to renew your membership because it's about to be crazy. All right. It's going to be very interesting. All right. So we'll get hundreds, and then we're going to keep optimizing it. And then we're going to probably make like a landing page so you guys get access to all the whale wallets. And then we're going to find the deepest and the dirtiest whales that are like hidden. And we're going to get really good at this as a group. All right. Cool. So let's jump into specifically, what's going on here. So I want to first explain what a blockchain is. I got to go into it a little bit. It's not going to take too long. I know people are smart. I get it. You're a smart guy. Oh, you guys didn't see the form. I got to get better with the screen share. So the form's right here. Put it in the groups. The form's right here. All right. So blockchain is very simple, straightforward. It's a public ledger, right? So even if you know this, you can learn a little bit deeper. A public ledger is basically like your kind of transactions in a bank. So you have transactions in a bank, and it shows everybody in the world all at once. This is the public ledger. So what you guys are looking at here is Etherscan, the public ledger. So that means I can see everybody's transaction. So there was a block right here. A block is a cluster of transactions that's verified through time. So this block was verified 15 seconds ago by the blockchain. That's the whole point of blockchain, right? So if I click that, you can see all the transfers and the transactions within that block, as you guys can see right there, right? So we basically what's going on here is we have systems and tools that makes this look like English, because this don't look like nothing to nobody. Can you guys tell me what this means? No, you can't tell me nothing because it's wild. Here's the latest transactions too. So if you could view all the transactions, you guys have no idea what's going on. Nobody does. So this kind of just lists it for you. But the problem is that there's so many that you need just like good viewpoints, basically. You need really good viewpoints. So that's the blockchain, basically. You guys know the Bitcoin halving, but it's like a ledger. That's the best way to put it. So there's like kind of this story I tell people all the time. I forgot the name of the tribe. It's like one of the earliest tribes with the earliest forms of money. But imagine a tribe on an island, and there was these very big rocks that were valuable and rare, right? It's called rye stones. It's actually a true story. It's rye stones. So the rye stones are in the middle of the island, and everybody knows who owns the rye stones. So the doctor has a bigger portion of the rye stone, And then like maybe a common worker has small portions of the rhinestone. So basically, if let's say, for example, the doctor wanted to give some money to the person that's poor or whatever the case is, he would essentially sign it over on a ledger like this over to the other person so that that other person would now own the rhinestone and the public will know what it is. Thank you, Mark. Mark actually has, this is like the rhinestones back in the day. So they would sign it over and there would be kind of like this public official guy. I don't even know if this is like who exactly would do it, but it would be like a guy that's like, hey, this guy owns the rhinestone, and it'll be in the middle of the town and everybody would know who owns it. So that's basically what crypto is right now. Is it's this public, like you guys, okay, so I hope you know this. Some people actually don't know this. You don't actually own your crypto. Like it's not in your wallet. When you have MetaMask or Uniswap or wherever your money's at, it's not in your wallet. It's not there. All it is a visual software. The actual crypto is actually on the blockchain, but you have gotten ownership through what? Who can answer it? How do you get ownership over your crypto for real? Who can answer that? Azuzo, go ahead, man. Star student here.
Because
Teacher's
you
pet.
got your keys.
I'm just kidding. What is it?
You got the keys to the
private keys. The private keys actually give you ownership over the wallet because so your wallets are relevant. So like, for example, I can have a MetaMask and people are like, oh, I got MetaMask. But the private key gives you ownership. So I could take that same private key and put it in any wallet, Trust Wallet, Uniswap wallet, it doesn't matter. That same private key will work in all of them because the wallet is just an interface. So the private key gives you the ownership. So it's the same thing with it. That's how the public blockchain works. Just a little side tangent about that. But so everybody can see everything and the blockchain is just essentially signing ownership. So if I send Mike money right now, I am assigning the ownership and then the public information is on the blockchain. So this is how we can navigate it. This is like the foundational principles, right? And then the blocks are basically, they happen every 15 minutes. I'm not going to go into that because it's kind of irrelevant for this. But yeah, the computer power basically secures the actual block and basically like the cluster of transactions. So if we all right now transacted, it'll be like in a one cluster. And then all of the computers point at that cluster and they verify that it's true. So that would be like the people with the rhinestones. There would be another guy that kind of verifies, oh, John did give it to Eddie. Great. You're right. This is honest. I'm a witness. So the witness in the case of blockchain technology is the computer power and the puzzle they're solving. And this is the beauty of cryptographic technologies. This is the innovation, the newest innovation of our, like the past 100 years is the crypto. It's the point that where you can get a verification without no other person. Hear me out. Please listen. This is the innovation. Listen, the blockchain, because you will get deceived by fake blockchains. And if you don't know this, you're going to get deceived. So don't get deceived. Don't get deceived. Blockchains are cryptographic technology, which allows the verification of a transfer. Listen. The verification of a transfer without a human intervening. Who does not understand that? Put twos in the chat if you do not understand that. Put twos in the chat if you do not understand. Very, very, very important. Very, very, very important. Okay, I'm gonna explain one more time. So if I go to Molly and I give Molly $100, a human intervention would basically mean Bob saw us do it. Bob's a witness. Bob is witnessing this. He's saying that just happened. It's real. The problem with that is that you could pay Bob off and be like, yo, hey, Bob, that never happened. Here's $100. That never happened. So this is how our current voting system works. This is how our current banking system works. This is how everything pretty much works in a centralized way where there's somebody actually has to verify. Somebody has to be like, oh yeah, that's true. But the problem is they can get paid off. So in the blockchain through cryptographic technologies, there's a way, and I'm not going to dive into the tech, but there's a way where the actual system unbiasedly can confirm that transaction is true without any human intervention. Yes, that's it. Without any human intervention, And this is where it becomes like true decentralization, true freedom. True freedom comes from that. Because right now, the only reason you guys are under constraints from any organization in the world is because there's people in power. So if there's people in power that don't have to verify it, you catching it? Everybody's catching it. There's people that don't have to verify this $100 million transaction. That means it doesn't matter what political party I'm on. I can send my money to another country, no matter what political party I'm on, no matter what belief system I have, no matter what religion I believe in, no matter how old I am, I can send this money because the actual blockchain is unbiased. It's just code. This is where code is law comes from. All right, great. Let's move on to the next one. So that's kind of like an introduction to blockchain. Now I want to go into a little explanation of supply and demand. So why is this stuff important? The reason why this is so important is because we get to truly see the demand in a product and how the supply works. So I am under the impression, after all of my research, that all value in crypto comes from liquidity, which is like a better version of supply in crypto. Write this down, versus demand. I had to scream at you guys with the front-facing camera, right? Supply and demand. Supply and demand. That is an old, archaic concept. In crypto, it's liquidity versus demand. Actually, everywhere it is. But for simplicity's sake, let's just keep it like that. It's actually liquidity versus demand, because you could have a great supply of Jordans, but if you don't have no one to buy from, no liquidity, no one's interested, who cares? You're never going to be able to sell it. So you could have 100,000 Jordans and not get sold. The value is insignificant. So this is basically the baby version. I want to look at the bottom left and the top right. Let's look at the top right first. You have 10 in your supply with a whole lot of demand. That means the price goes up because there's not too many to buy and everybody wants it. Simple and straightforward. Bottom left-hand corner, you have a lot of supply and nobody wants it. It goes down in price. But see, the problem with this is that it's missing the merchant. Who's the merchant? Who's selling the Jordans? And the merchant has to have what? Who can answer this? Who can answer this? What does the merchant have to have? Who can answer this? This is a difficult question. I will give you right now, whoever can answer this accurately without me having to correct them, I'll give you 20 bucks. What's up? I'll send you 20 bucks on Arbitrum, Ethereum. Georgie, you know what to do. He has access to the wallet. Who can answer it? I'm going to give it to James. What you got? No, I can't correct you. What you got?
Liquidity.
So
liquidity.
What was the question? So
liquidity.
The merchant has to have what? What? Liquidity and what
Money.
else? Liquidity and what else?
I don't know. Just all I know is liquidity.
It has to have two things. You're halfway there. Who can finish?
Supply, liquidity and supply.
Okay, you got it. Yeah. So it has to have the actual coin, or AKA the shoe. And then it also has to have the liquidity. Go ahead and send your public address to Georgie via send them the USDC on Arbitrum. We're gonna send you over 20 bucks.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
No problem. Contact them in school. Oh, this is cool. Let's give away money, guys. Let's give away money. It gets you hyped. Let's do that. Let's just do that. How about that? Let's just do that. All right, great. So in crypto, the merchant is what? Who can answer that? $10 goes to anyone that can answer that. $10 to go. Who's the merchant? James, you about to eat today. James about to make money off of this. What's up, James? Who's the merchant?
Market maker. Liquidity pool. Liquidity provider.
Yeah, you got it. So like the decentralized exchange. I'll get it to you. Azuzo, you're too slow, bro. He got in there quicker. Yeah, so send him 30 bucks. Send him 30 bucks. All right. Great. So here is the system, right? We have the liquidity providers that send money to the Uniswap pool, right? And they usually send half and half. It doesn't have to exactly work that way. There's all types of different pools and things like that. By the way, if you want to get paid, I'm not going to take it from the chat box. We're going to take it from people that speak up and have their camera on, and they really about this. You guys should definitely turn your cameras on. It's time to take this serious, okay? So Uniswap pool, you have 50% of token A, 50% of token B. The liquidity provider provides both, And then the trader's like, oh, I want to buy. But if there's no liquidity in there, the trader can't buy. So if I have a pair of Jordans, right? If I'm the merchant and I have 100 pair of Jordans and I have, I don't know, $1,000, right? And I'm selling the Jordans 100 a pop, right? 100 times, yeah, whatever the dollar amount is, doesn't matter. So I have the money. So if somebody wants to sell me the Jordans, I can buy the Jordans because I have the money. And if I want to sell the Jordans, then I can sell it and take their money because I have the supply to sell it and I have the money to buy it. That's a liquidity pool. That's what we should be worried about. Because if I'm a merchant and I have a whole bunch of Jordans, right? I could sell them all day, but you can't sell them back to me. So to the end buyer, those Jordans are worthless. Now in the form of Jordans, they're shoes, so they're not actually worth it. You could go walk around with them. But let's say it's a Pokemon card or some type of collectible. You can't sell it back to me. Sure, you can go on the open market and sell it to whoever you want, but they're going to look at the liquidity and be like, okay, there's not enough liquidity. That's valueless. The value comes from the liquidity. Demand comes in, right? Or sorry, demand comes in through the traders, but you can't see that. Like there's no way to truly identify demand on a high level. The best way to do it in crypto, all the big dogs, all the smart money you guys see, everybody you see, like everyone is coming from looking at the pool. They look at the pool. That's where true value is derived. Because if it has no liquidity, you can't buy and sell it. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. If it has no liquidity, you cannot buy and sell it. I'll say it again. If your project lost liquidity, you can't sell your token. It is a pump and dump. That's where all of the tax happen. That's where all the price appreciation happens. Everything happens at this fundamental level here. Which brings me to the ultimate point. That, my friends, is where we are going to start our blockchain investigation. If I had a rounds of applause like button, I would click it right now for the live stream because that's where we're going. I built it all up to this moment so you guys can really understand on a deep, intimate level that that's what it is here. Okay? That's what it is. All right, that's where we're starting. We're going to be looking at, we'll look at multiple things, but liquidity pool is like the identifier. Like that's like the main identifying point. So hopefully you guys understand. By the way, there's probably some people, if you're on a live stream right now and you want your questions answered and you want to make some money, all the questions are only answered in CoinPix groups. That's what we're doing here. I want to publicly give you guys the info though, because I know there's a lot of people that, want to learn. So yeah. But if you guys want your questions answered, does anybody have questions in CoinPix? Let's try to keep this kind of short because I want to dive into some stuff. Actually, we're going to do it this way. If you have questions, put it in the chat box. And what's going to happen is Mark is going to pick it. If it's a good question, Mark is going to pick it. And then we're going to get you up here. Mark, you're going to ask him to unmute Mark, and then you're going to get him up here. Reason why we're doing that is we're trying to save time. And we don't want rambling. Like we want people to just give me the question, right? And we'll solve it. Does anybody have any questions right now? If so, put it in the chat box, please. Put it in the chat box, please. Questions. All right, well, I'm gonna let that go, Mark. If you have a good one, pause, stop me, okay, Mark? I'm gonna dive into some stuff now, okay?
You got it.
All right, cool. All right, so let's go over the tools that I use right now. Mostly, there's more tools. What's the best block explorer? You can answer that, Mark. Sorry, I gotta stop looking at that. So Nansen has a pretty good like kind of interface. Actually, really good. I think that Nansen gives you the best insight, like when it comes to specifically like knowing what's actually going on, basically. Oh, sorry, you guys don't see my screen share. I'm gonna get better. Watch, I'm gonna get the habit. So Nansen gives you like things like what is it called? Smart money tab. You can see all the smart money that people have made money, things like that. We also have Arkham Intelligence. We also have Dex Screener. We're going to go all of them and how I use all of them, by the way. You also have Etherscan. So Etherscan is, you could just basically put this in an overarching category of basically saying scanners. Because there's base scan, Etherscan, RBScan. Like these are all based off the blockchain. So if you just type in whatever blockchain you're dealing with and scan at the end, you'll probably get, so this is for Ethereum, right? And then we have, here's another overarching one. which is the liquidity pools themselves. So there's all different types of websites for that. There's like the biggest one by far is Uniswap, of course. Uniswap is the biggest one. But there's definitely like other liquidity analytics tools. But I primarily use Uniswap. Now we have a couple of other side apps here, Bubble Maps, which is like kind of cool. I'm just getting into it. I purchased their premium subscription and they're kind of cool, but they're a little bit limited and I wish they would get a little bit bigger. And then I don't think I'm gonna do it in this live stream, but I'm trying to mess with hot wallets. Sorry, not hot wallets, hot contracts. So hot contracts is basically like all of the contracts that are getting the most buzz. So the reason why I'm interested in this specifically is because Nansen has a feature where it's like super expensive. Like I think it's like $15,000 a year or something like that. Or it's like 5,000 a month, some crazy number. And I'm gonna purchase that eventually, but like I want to justify it first. And so DApp Radar has a version of hot wallets. So I'm gonna explore DApp Radars because it's only $220 one-time fee. And the way you do it is you buy $220 worth of a token, and then you connect to the wallet, like I did over here. Moonlight, Bubble Maps does the same thing with the token Moonlight. So if you buy, I think theirs is $2,400 worth of their token. So you can resell it, by the way, which is interesting. So if you buy their token and it could appreciate in value. You buy their token, it unlocks the pro features, but I haven't had enough time with them. So we'll play around with it, but I want to focus on the main ones that I'm really good with. But those two are kind of like, I think, really cool. So that basically goes over everything. Now it's time to get into the 5 methods that I currently use. So here's the 5 methods I currently use to actually find the coins and things of that nature. I just wanted to build it up. You guys got to get the background. You got to get the context. You got to get like everything that's involved with it, the importance of it, because what you're doing here is going to be relatively difficult. So it's going to take a lot of brain power, a lot of motivation, a lot of dedication to get through the whole process. So you got to know like why I'm so adamant about that, if that makes sense. Yeah. All right, cool. So let's jump into, sorry, I was just blocking a scammer. There's scammers all over, man. Let's jump into the first method, which is, I think this one's cool. And I've never seen anyone on the internet. So this is what I do. So I go to TradingView and I look for a moment where we're pumping, right? So I'll go to TradingView. So typically Ethereum is the best thing to look at. Write this down, write it down. This is where we're getting dirty with it. We're getting really nice. So I look for a moment of pumping, a big pump, right? And then I kind of look for a moment where we broke trend. So for example, you can see we have some sideways action here. Just gonna kind of put it there for you guys. So you can see like, okay. I mean, some people call this like order box, I think, like, but I'm basically just looking for like this sideways price action, right? And then right here, you see it kind of broke out. Like there's this period where it's like, okay, we're good, right? So what I want to look for is the bottom of that. Now there's very specific reasons why, but honestly, I don't have a really good explanation for you, except for the fact that right here, something changed. Right there, something changed, and then the price went up, right? Something happened here. Who's this guy? Who's that? I want to know who that is, because right after that happened, we broke the trend. We broke this resistance here. There's resistance, right? We broke that resistance, and then it went parabolic. This is big. This is like a big jump. These are big candlesticks. Big candlesticks. Now, the reason why I look at Ethereum specifically is because Ethereum is like the best identifier for the overarching altcoins in general. Okay? So I want to know what happened. So there's 2 ways you can research this. We're going to do the overarching way because I feel like it's just better for the video. But you could research what happened here and look at the blockchain. And you could also research what happened here. So first things first, I'm going to get my notepad out. And we are going to write some notes. So let's look at the time frames. The time frame we're looking at is, excuse me, October 16th, 2023. And then we're going all the way up into the top, which is March 4th, 2024. And then what I want to do, that's like the big one. I'm going to put big so I can just identify that. And then I also want to look at the small one. Let's look at the small one. Like what happened here, man? I want to know what happened here because that's like the bottom. Honestly, this is the bottom. I want to look at here, here, and here. So we're going to get that too, just in case, because it might actually help us in our journey. This is the starting point, guys. Here's the starting point. So we have June 13th, 2022. Then we also have, and it goes up to like right here. This is where the trend reversed right there. To July 4th, 2022, right? And I'm looking here, November 7th, 22. And then we have right here, January 2nd, 23. Now, if we keep going, like what happened here, I want to see this, like what happened like in this cluster. We're going to do October 2nd, 23, all the way to October 16th, 23. All right, so we got some good starting points for our time horizon. So what we did there is we knocked out time. Why? Okay, so I just want to really make sure you guys understand this, and you know it's a little complex. Who can answer why I chose those? Like, what am I doing? Who can anticipate what I'm doing? Luke, what do you got?
Well, you're trying to look for trend reversals and figure out what was occurring, either within the news or with, you know, other chains and other things that are going on just in crypto in general. So you're just looking for any indicators that might be out there for why that trend flipped.
Yeah. So like I'm basically looking for where's the guys like who did that? Who did that? I want to know who did that. You know what I mean? Good answer. Good answer. All right. So yeah, so we have a couple of time frames there, right? So now the question is, okay, what happened in those time frames, right? I want to find the best altcoins. So step one, find time frames. I want to step this out because we're gonna make this so simple for you guys. Step one, find time frames, right? Step two, find altcoins that did the best in those time frames. You guys catching it? This is where it gets crazy. I love it. This is amazing. So I'm gonna look at this one. We're gonna, for the purposes of this video, we're gonna look at this one. So October. So how do you do that? Right? Coin market cap. Can't spell today. All right, there we go. So you have a couple ways to do this. The first way is you can go over here, filters, or not filter, sorry, customize. And you could pick things like, this doesn't give you a perfect answer, but it gives you a pretty good answer. So you can look at the 90-day or the year to date. That's the only two that's close, but this was in October, so it's not going to give us a perfect answer. But you could do something like that and just filter it like that. So Dogwood, and if these are like the best coins that appreciated by the largest percentages, but this is from the year, so it's not perfect. It's not perfect. There's no perfect answer to anything in blockchain investigation. You just got to, you know, look for your best answers. So I want to look at Pepe because I know that's on Ethereum. The only reason I don't do Dogwood Hap is because it's on Solana, and a lot of these tools don't work for Solana. So we'll do that, and we'll look at Floki. So we have those two tokens. I think there's another way you could do it. Let me think. I just forgot what it was. I believe it's Nansen. Yeah, it's Nansen. So you get better with the tools. Like you'll get better at understanding things. And I believe it's tokens. Oh, no, it was wait, is this number 2? Let me just find it really quickly, guys. Where was it? I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. Create a smart segment. So you can make conditions, right? So for example, top holders of a token So what we're doing now is we're finding the top people within the time period for a specific token. The token is what? Pepe? Is this it? We can verify the contract address by just coming over here. Copying the contract address. Coming back over here. Pasting it in. Pepe. Top X of tokens. I think it's talking about like the top number of tokens. So let's look at the top 20 holders of that token. And then the date we're looking for. We can get hyper specific. The way you get hyper specific is by looking at when Pepe took off. So that's what I want to do. So Pepe took off here. So this gave us the overarching trend. Like if you look at TradingView, it gave us the overarching trend, but you want to look at when specifically Pepe took off. So right here. So I want to look at February. Let's look at February 1st, 2024. And then let's look at like over here to see what they sold. March 16th, 24. Boom. Boom. I know you guys are like, what the heck? Because this is crazy. When I first found this, I was like, this is crazy. All right. So 02, 01. This is 2024. Wait, what the heck? Wait, you can't pick an actual range? That's annoying. I thought you could. Doesn't matter. I thought you could, though. That's so annoying. Let me save that. Oh, yeah, you could add another condition. I think. Let's see. You can't add a range. That's annoying. I thought you could. All right, it doesn't matter. Let's get it hyper specific. Since you can only do days. That's stupid. All right, let's see. So let's look at a big pop. Like it just started taking off here. So let's do February 25th, 2024. Let's look at this first. Let's focus. So we're going to generate that. Here we go. So we have the top 20 biggest wallets. That was very quick, by the way. Usually it takes a while. So we have a hot wallet here. And this is basically how you start your investigation, guys. So hopefully that answered a lot of questions. There's a different starting point. And then here it's just, it really is like a random guessing game. And we're gonna do some guesses. It might not lead to results, but I'm pretty sure I can find something. And we're gonna do a random guessing game of just shifting through transactions, looking at the money, looking where the money's going, and then isolating the variables that look like there's credibility. That's basically the game, right? So there's a couple ways you can do that. My favorite way is Nansen's wallet profiler and Arkham's visualizer. So click visualizer. Hold on one second, guys. Let me move my screen so I can sign in real quick. Why is it signing me up? Hold on one second. Let me just get in real quick, guys. I thought I was already logged in. But yeah, so the visualizer will allow you to see the shifting of transactions, and then the actual wallet profile will actually allow you to see the actual like coins in the wallet. And then there's another one I use. Wow, I forgot the name. Mark, what was the? Oh man, I always. It's like a super weird name. Where we look at our wallets. I sent it to you originally. Actually, I just sent it to Mark. Hold on.
eBay?
Yeah, DBank. Yeah, I don't know why I always forget their name. All right, yeah, DBank allows you to look at it too. There's different ways of like looking at someone's token, or like what they're holding, right? You can just paste it in there. But Nansen has a wallet profile as well. So we're going to duplicate that. So right here, let's just look at this hot wallet. What is this hot wallet, right?
Your screen sharing is still off.
Oh, thank you. I'll get better at that. So this hot wallet right here has, whoa, what is that? What's Auto? Never heard of Auto token, but he has $5.2 million worth of Auto token. And this guy was an early adopter of Pepe. You guys seeing it? We already found one. $7.6 million, and he has OKB, Auto, and then that's where I go on. I'm going to save this, right? What is this? I'm going to write it down, but there's a way you could actually save it inside of let me just see, hold on. You could set an alert right here too. But let me just save his wallet. I know you can have it like right here. This is technically his wallet. The 0 right here, this is his wallet. So just to show
Is
you,
it
I
the
can
star by the year above the graph? Is it the star?
That's the, you could save this, his profile to my dashboard. I don't want to do that. I just want his contract address. Where's his contract address? Oh, right here. Oh, no. I don't know where his contract address is, but I know his contract. It's right here for sure. But there always is a way to copy the contract address. I don't know where it is. Yeah, you could add it to your watch list if you want, and you can set up notifications. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the CoinPix database. All right, don't spam me, okay? All right, let me get off the screen share. You guys are going to spam me if I put my email out there like that. It's already publicly available anyways, though. And you won't be able to fish me, I promise. Alexander. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna write it, I'm gonna save it to a notepad for now or something. Just because I'm on a live stream and I don't really have time like that. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. You should, Mark, you should add a feature to be able to add bulk, like a whole bunch of addresses at once. Maybe. I don't know if you could do that, but that might be wise. Because they could just get a whole bunch and then just paste them all in. All right. Great. Let's go back over here. So look, we found one quick. This guy has a lot of money. I will start to do, the next step is to do fundamental analysis to see if he's like, what is he doing with this money? Like, what is that? Right? You could look at DBank. I like DBank's view for some reason a little bit better. See, for some reason, and this is why the different views are like, you have to try in different views. Because you can see right here, it's not showing that token. It's only showing that OKB, but it's not showing anything else. This dude has 100, wait, hold on. What is this? See, and this is where the investigation, oh, this is OKX's wallet. Yeah, or OK, yeah. This is their hot wallet. This is a centralized exchange. Why is that centralized exchange holding that much token? Of what is that token? What is Auto? That's crazy. A centralized exchange is holding a whole bunch of Auto. What the heck is that? See you guys what I'm doing? Just investigating. I'm looking into what I heard of this token too. Is it a pump and dump? That's where I start to go and do investigative research. All right, so there we go. We have kind of like a situation there. Here's a lot, which is crazy. Look, so this is a really good teaching, because look at how many of the exchanges are holding it. Remember, the day we picked was right here, right before the pump. Right before the pump, we have a whole bunch of guys on centralized exchange. Look, Binance, Crypto.com, MEXC, BTC chart. These are all exchanges. They're all exchanges. So again, it kind of adds to my story where I tell you guys, it's all about where the liquidity goes. They were providing liquidity. Now, let's find a normal person. this person, who is whatever that guy is. We have this guy. Also, we have the elite DEX trader. Let's look at this guy. Oh, there you go. That's how you copy addresses. Look at this guy, and let's go over here. There's a wallet profiler. How do you do that? Okay, I'm just gonna go home. Okay, this guy has a whole bunch of Pepe, obviously $32 million. He also has this coin here. So I'm gonna write it down, right? So we have auto, and this is where like we start our investigative research and we start doing fundamental analysis, making sure the team is legit, things like that, which we'll talk about a little bit more in the future. We'll talk about it a little bit more in the future. But yeah, this is like a good starting point. And then let's keep going a little bit more. So let's go to this guy here. Here's a liquidity position, by the way. But let's talk about this. Okay, I'm not gonna even say it, but we're gonna look at him. People say stupid stuff on the internet. So again, a big Pepe holder. Obviously, they're gonna hold Pepe. So I just keep going through this. Again, another big Pepe holder. I guess they held their Pepe for a long time and they never got rid of it. Burn address. Okay, so let's go back to the new segment. I want to go to, you could also, like, you can go through this, like whatever you feel. First holders of a token, you can look at the first people that bought it and then start tracking them down, right? Let's go through this guy. So this guy right here, elite DEX trader. The problem is that it shows his wallet, but so you could, this is where it gets really complex, but you could go to Arkham, go to visualizer, take his same address, paste it in. Arkham's free, by the way. And Arkham has something similar to what Nansen does. So this guy is all over the place, right? So this guy is doing transactions everywhere. This is the main wallet. But what you could do is you come over here to more info and you can switch the value. So there you go. Now this is a Coinbase deposit. So he deposited, this is like, it looks like a sell. So this guy's a big guy for sure. He's selling that. He's putting on Coinbase, so you could assume he's selling, but you don't know for sure if he's selling. And he's just like straight Pepe and ETH. So it looks like he's probably selling off some Pepe. So what you can do as well is you can come over here and you can click USD filter. You can filter for only transactions over a certain dollar amount. So you can look at, I don't know, 200,000 to like 10 billion, sure. So these are all the transactions. And then you can start, wait, did it, how come I didn't filter? All right, here we go. So you can do 100,000 to 10 million. Now, oops, did not mean to do that. Wow, I lost it. Is that it? Yeah, this is it. So now we see what? We see where he's going. So he's going to 1 inch. These are aggregators. So they're basically like, they look at all the dexes and they find the best price feed. And then if you trade through their aggregator, they'll give you the best price. Basically what it is. So you can see there's a whole bunch of Coinbase deposits. That's him cashing out, man. So the question is, how did he get in? What is this? Toka Labs? Okay. Let's see. We are market makers for top exchanges. Yeah, so they're market makers. They provide liquidity. So obviously, what can you make a conclusion out of? Like, you just don't know. They're just transactions, right? Uniswap. So what I would look at, it looks like he's really clean. This guy's clean, but I would look at like is he interacting with any other people? Right? Is he interacting with other people? Maybe we need to, and that's where you find like more people, right? More people with credibility, because people with credibility talk to other people with credibility, and they send money to people with credibility, right? So more info. I don't know how I would find that, but we can probably drop this a little bit. So here we go. Now we have more stuff. So, ooh, I hate when I do that. This is a protocol. He's lending a lot. Null address. Price bots. He's just using a whole bunch of software and stuff. It's being annoying. All right, cool. What's this? So now we have another random wallet I just found. That's not Coinbase. Let's just see what it goes to. Oh, look at that. Who's that guy? And we got some Bored Ape, a Mutant Ape Yacht Club holders and Bored Ape Yacht Club. Here we go. You see it? Now we're finding other people with credibility, right? So this is where it gets crazy. And you can go forever and then you just identify them, right? So there's too many transactions here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to filter this. These are big transactions. This is 10K to 1 million. Let's filter this. So we're going to do 100,000 to 1 million. I think it's bugging right now. Yeah, I don't think there is any. Let me increase it. So these are small transactions or smaller. Most of these transactions are under 100K. Let's look at the biggest ones. 64,000 is the biggest one. Into wrapped ether 1 year ago. And we can also look at time, right? So if you want to look at time, most recent one, this was 3 days ago. So exchange Polyfash, you put 10K into the Polyfash exchange. 3 days ago, he probably sold Pepe. All right. So basically what I'm doing, I hope you guys understand, is I'll just keep going, right? I'll keep going and I'll be like identifying where the money's going and I'll find different people and I'll just keep going and I'll keep writing down wallets that have a lot of money, the coins they're holding, and I'll just keep finding that just nonstop, boom, 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 nonstop. So that's kind of like method one. And then I'll identify them and then you can just literally straight up see the coins they have. And then from those coins, you can actually research them. You see what I'm saying? So that's one method. That's actually the same method I use to minus Arkham, because they didn't have Arkham back in the day. This is how I found Shiba Inu. I kept identifying wallets within meme coins and I saw they were all holding Shiba Inu. The biggest wallets I knew, they were all holding Shiba Inu. I just didn't understand why. So that's method number one. Let's go into method number two, the smart money tab. So in Nansen, there's also this feature where you can come over here to smart money. Here is aggregated overview of trades made by smart money on dexes. So what is everybody buying? Look, this person just bought $15,000 of this coin, right? Let's look at net USD, the highest. I think that was the highest. This guy made the most money. Excuse me. So I can just,
Please share your screen again.
oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you. Remind me. Thank you. So right here, smart money tab, you can see that they aggregate some good information for you. You could also look at the balances. So this is, I like this the best. Balance change. So between all the smart money people, like where like the biggest balance change, like where are they, what are they all buying basically? But like not the percentage actually. We're gonna do balance change in USD. Pretty sure they, oh yeah, here you go. Change in dollars. So this is balance change in dollars in the last 24 hours. Let that load, and this will give us some more tokens to research, right? Let's let that load. Here we go. So here's some of the biggest ones. Obviously, they're going to be like the main tokens, but like I never heard of ENA. I never heard of ENA, so I'd write that down. Right? So what is ENA? First thing I do is I usually look at like, okay, this is a brand new token. So this is like kind of cool. It's kind of lit. Like a lot of people just bought this token and it's a brand new token. And the price chart is down. This is just like good to me. Enabling the internet beyond. This looks kind of legit. Enter your invite code to gain early access. What the heck? Yeah, I would want to look into this a little bit more probably. Is this another stable coin? I'm going to write down ENA. There we go. We have another coin. You guys see what I'm doing? And I just aggregate a big list. And then I start doing fundamental analysis and just looking at the best parts of all this. So great. We got another grab there. And I can keep going. We see Pepe. These are all too big. I'm looking for new coins that are not big. I'm always looking for new coins that are not big. I'm not trying to find the biggest coins ever, basically. Let's keep going. Yeah, we'll wait for that. So while we wait for that, we can go over it a little bit. I also want to go into method 3. So method, oh, let's just see it real quick. Oh, look, Prime's there, right? So we've been talking about that a lot. A lot of smart money is buying Prime. There's a reason why I bought Prime. Here's another, like, kind of backs up your research, right? We have Link, Sheeb. These are all big coins. I don't, Olas, let's see Olas, see if it's big. And what I do, guys, is I look at the liquidity depth. So for example, with this, Athena, their +2 liquidity depth is ridiculous. This is wild. I would not buy, look at this. There's so much, this is not going to pump. You need $806,000 to pump this coin. So that kind of turns me off a little bit. And I would add that to the fundamental analysis research, right? Let's look at Olas. This thing is dumping. Look at the +2. This is the type of +2 you want to look for. This is a pump type coin. So what is this? Interesting. This is interesting. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to have to write this down. Olas. Boom. Another coin. Let me look at the, so this is part of the methods. Is this part of the methods? No, it's not. But what I do is, it's part of the tool set. So what I do is I go on Uniswap, right? So I first look at it We see Uniswap version 3. It's not really giving you the liquidity depth, but you could see, you could roughly gauge it by going to Uniswap analytics, grabbing the public address, coming over here to Uniswap analytics, search for the token. I want to see how much liquidity is in the pool. I want to see if their liquidity pool is whack. Let's see. They have 9.2 million TVL. That's pretty big. That's pretty big, but not like big enough. This looks like enough to where it's not a scam. So that's kind of like the key with liquidity. You have to find enough to where it's not a scam, but not too big to where it can't pump. Right? You want it small enough to where it can pump. You can't find the +2 liquidity depth, unfortunately, but this is relatively small. This is not super big. This is relatively small. Just to throw it out there. Let's look at the pools. So here's the pools. 14.9 million. Wait, what? This TVL is off. That's a lot of liquidity. Never mind. And you can compare it. You can compare it to other coins with similar TVLs to see if like, yeah, they don't give you the exact numbers, but this looks like a lot of liquidity. Because look at the, yeah, this looks like a lot of liquidity. So again, another coin that's a little bit too big for me. Probably. I don't know. I'll look into it more. You have to dissect this a little bit more. This is where we're getting fundamental analysis. It's supposed to be about blockchain. But I did want to show you guys some of that. Okay, so that's method 2. It's just dissecting the smart money tab and all of the smart money in here, right? DEX trades, you can look at the actual trades. You can look at the overview. Like you're going to find coins for sure to research. And then it has to follow like other specific criteria. If that makes sense. All right, method number 3, fresh wallet flow. So here's another tab. And we're going to have some other methods as well that I want to show you guys. But yeah, Nansen's a pretty good tool. Nansen's really good. So fresh wallet is, I believe it's in the token tab. Yeah. So in the token tab, you have this kind of like right here, token flow. And the last 7 days, look at 24 hours. Let's look at 24 hours. So fresh wallet flow, a lot of people are going in here. Let's get some filters in here. Let's do inflow, or let's do fresh wallet inflow. Let's do a minimum, or let's just save that for now and see what happens. Fresh wallet inflow. Now I'm looking for the, look, ENA is getting a lot of liquidity, but that's too big for me. I'm good, I'll pass. What's meme? So meme is, I mean, fresh wallet inflow is like the new wallets that are coming like into existence. They're just basically, what happens is on the blockchain is a lot of people are trying to hide. They're trying to hide their transactions. So what they'll do is they'll create like an infinite amount of wallets and they'll send money in like random areas. So for fresh wallet inflow is basically that, is where's the money going, basically. So let's see. So we have the +2 liquidity depth is pretty crazy on gate.io. So like I would question, the gate.io make this coin? That's basically how it goes, guys. If you follow the liquidity, you know, they say in the world, follow the money, but it's really follow the liquidity. There's a difference between money and liquidity. But right here, I would question if gate.io made that. Look, the centralized exchanges have a lot of it. So are they going to dump it? Are you dumping it? Probably. They're hiding the +2 liquidity depth because it's on their centralized exchange. I don't understand why they don't have it. See, they manipulate this stuff, man. All right, let's keep going. So we have a couple other coins here. I'm looking for the small ones. I wish you could filter by liquidity pool. If I had to pick, I would want to filter this by liquidity pool. Look, we got Prime. Let's look at Turbo. Did I spell that right? Yeah. What is this? That looks like a good price chart to me, actually. That looks like a really, really good price chart. Where is this at? Ethereum blockchain. It's connected to the liquidity. We have a good liquidity depth. Hold on. Hold on. Look at that liquidity depth. It's nice. That's pretty small. That's a nice pump. This price chart looks pretty legit. Oh man, I think we got one. Hold on, let me write this down. Turbo. Put a star by it. This looks like the best we've been looking at so far. And then let's go into their stuff. Made by AI. So we got a trend of meme coin and AI. And AI. Yeah, I would look into this more. I'm not going to go crazy into it, but listed on 30. This is kind of legit. We got Femex. Turbos on Solana. It's on Uphold? No way. Uphold, I believe, was part of the distribution of USDC. If it's on Uphold, that's pretty legit. Let's see. It's on Jupiter. So this is on Solana as well. What the heck? Why is it on? There's no Solana public address. That's weird. And I don't see, I don't know, they're capping, bro. I don't think they're on, oh wait, this is the wrong, sorry, guys. Wrong coin. Losing track here. I'm gonna clean this up. We're looking at here. So they're saying they're on what? They're on a lot of exchanges though. This is pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie, this one's pretty interesting. They're on a lot of exchanges. This is good exposure. Let's look at their liquidity pool. What the heck? They're on Femex. They're on Coinex. This is crazy. This might be a gem. This actually might be a gem. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at, let's look at their liquidity. I want to see their liquidity pool on Ethereum. Only 4.1 million though. Oh, 8.1 million in TVL. Why so much? That's a lot. That's a lot. But let's compare it. Let's compare it. Let's duplicate this. So I would compare it to something like this. So this is what I would do. I always like to compare in things that are happening now. So I would come over here to Shiba Inu. I would go over to meme coins and I would look at the top gainers in the last 24 hours. So I want to see this liquidity pool. This liquidity pool can give us a good answer. I'm losing tabs over here. It's a tabber. Wild. All right, let's go over here. So we got Turbo. Let's see this liquidity pool. I don't, that looks fake. Yeah, that's fake. But their liquidity pool is super small. Look at that. See, that's what I'm looking for. The TVL like close to 1 million, but this is fake. It looks fake. Let's look at another one. Let's see this liquidity pool. All right, how about this? Let's do this a little smarter. The last 7 days. Cat with hat. So let's see their liquidity pool. Oh, it's on Solana. Okay, you can't do that. Let's look at Baby Bonk. They're on Binance Smart Chain. Let's look at, oh, look, Turbo. Turbo's a top. Wait, what? This Turbo's a top 7. This is it might be a good coin, guys. Let's look at the top 90. Let's find an Ethereum coin with good, like a solid pump with good liquidity. Let's look at Super Trump. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see their liquidities. So liquidity is 480K. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I mean, the liquidity is not a horrible sign. Good, a good liquid project, like it kind of gives you the safety that it's not going to exit scam. It's not horrible, not horrible. But you know, all right. So that's method number 2, which is basically fresh wallet flow. I want to go through it. I'm actually having fun right now. Hold on. Do you guys see anything? Turbo. Turbo looks good. That looks the best. I'm gonna write that down. Turbo. We could look at exchange outflow. Or let's look at the 7 days. Look at the 7 days. Because we're not in a pump right now. So I feel like the market's still dropping. We can clearly tell right here. ETH is still dropping. Let's look at the 1 day. Yeah, we're going, yeah. So that means that, yeah. I want to look at the past 7 days. Past 7 days, fresh wallet inflow. What's APU? That's a lot of fresh wallet inflow. APU, that looks too big. Let's look at it. APU. Is this it? That's a nice chart. That's a really nice chart. That's a really nice chart. So boom, let's look at it. Let's look at the liquidity. Yeah, I just go straight up to the liquidity pools because it's like the answer. Like we talked about in the beginning of this video. Okay, we have 3.5 million. Here's another one. APU. All right, so what I could do, here's another ninja trick. This is a method I didn't write down, but here's another ninja trick. You go over here. You can go to wallet pair profiler. This one's pretty interesting. I'm going to duplicate this so I don't lose it. Wallet pair profile where you can get 2 different coins, I believe. Let me just double check that. Boom. Yeah, that. So what we just picked is 2 coins that are getting a lot of fresh wallet flow. Let me get the second coin, which is this one. So it's basically going to tell us who's holding both of these coins with the largest amounts. So I'm looking at both of them right here. Look at that. Oh, now we have people that are holding 2 coins that have been pumping in the last 7 days that are new. That's a high credibility. Like, this is very interesting, right? So let's look at this guy. Who's this guy? How come I can't? Oh, it doesn't give you the data. It's so stupid. That's annoying. They used to give you the data. They uploaded it to a new thing. There's like a new yeah, see, this is like Nansen 2. They used to give you the data. That's so stupid. That's dumb. I mean, all I want is, oh, here, can we get that? All I want is a contract address, bro. That is really annoying. I feel like this would have got like a pretty big breakthrough here. I mean, we could technically just look their name up, right? This is a guy. He only has 5,000. But I bet you he's plugged. I'll come over here to Arkham. And I would search. This is that guy. And then I would look at 10K to 100K. Is this the guy? Let me just double check it. Yeah, that's that guy. This guy's plugged. Is that the same guy we were looking at before? Interesting. From the last wallet address we were looking at, remember that guy? Remember I like zoomed in on him? Now it's getting weird. You see how they're all connected? This was like the was this the same wallet? Am I tripping right now? Was this the same wallet from before? Yes. This is the same wallet. Interesting. What do we, how do we get to this wallet again? Who remembers? How do we get to this wallet? I think I just found a connection. It was Pepe. Oh, snap. I think that's a breakthrough. Yes, it was Pepe. We found someone that bought Pepe early. This is the man. Oh, snap. I'm saving that. I'll share it with you guys. So this guy was in Pepe early, and he's involved with these two projects at the same time. Right here. He's the man for some reason. Wait, where is it? This guy. That guy's plugged. He looks like a meme coin guru. So I'd probably follow his trades. Like, what is he doing? Or like, what does he hold? He doesn't have any money in his wallet, but you could like, I would, yeah, I'm gonna put important by this. But you see what I'm saying? If you do this enough, you can start to identify all the people involved with the biggest meme coins, right? And you can start seeing, okay, this guy's kind of legit. This guy, that's interesting. That's interesting. We got a guy from an early Pepe buyer that was in it right before the pump that's getting into these two other meme coins that we just identified. I don't know. You guys think that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. I didn't think I can catch something like that on live stream. So it's kind of like that movie where the guy goes on a frantic investigation thing and he's like just putting the people on the board and like he has this guy over here that's connected to this guy. That's investigation. That's what we're doing. We're doing that on the blockchain and we're just trying to identify boom, boom, boom. And we found someone. That's crazy. Do you okay, so I don't think you guys don't understand what just happened. So we found a guy that was in the original Pepe pump. And the original Pepe pump was February of this year and found a connection from him in February to coins that are pumping now. That's insane. That's the likelihood of that is slim to none. So like I believe we have something because like that's not a coincidence. You see what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's not a coincidence. So we just I say this is a success. Just in the how long has it been? It's been like 30 minutes of just scrubbing. We got some pretty good answers. On live. Oh, that's great. I'm happy. I'm gonna do this more often. More live streams, guys. Which that's kind of like the last method. I wanted to dive into bubble maps and all that. We'll do that later. We'll do that in another one. Bubble maps is not as good. The ones that we're using is my favorite, just to be honest. Nansen, Arkham, Dex Screener. We'll have some more methods in the future. We'll have some more methods in the future. This is a productive live stream. What do you guys think? Put 5s in the chat if you think this is good. Put 6s in the chat if you're upset about something. Oh man. Who's upset? I want to call them out. Who's in there? Who's in there? I'm just joking. Oh, that's a lot of 5s. All right, we did good. That was great. I think this was a great live stream. It's one of the better ones for sure. We got some deep, dense educational experience. We came to some results at the same time. And it's a new thing that I don't think I've seen anyone else do. So that pretty much, I'm going to end the public live streams. We're going to be going into questions. Stay with me, Coin Picks. We're going to do a couple questions. It's get like a 2-hour live stream. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching on Instagram and YouTube. I love you guys. Thank you for being a part of my community. I appreciate you so much. If you guys want to get involved with more, head on over to coinpixinnercircle.com. coinpixinnercircle.com. If not, it's all good, bro. I still love you. Talk to you guys later. I'm going to end the Instagram live stream. And let me end the YouTube. And then we could just have a good conversation, guys. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Oh, it's over here.